Hi there, welcome to another episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. Every other Monday I put a new episode out where I tackle a theme or a topic all about the wonderful world of animation, that comes from Japan, with, as of late, a little help from China now and again. I don't think any of the shows I'm going to talk about today are that kind of co-production, but they're out there, and they're weird CG monsters showing up in your computer-generated show that is not computer-generated CG, and it looks weird. But that's a separate topic. Now, you may have said to yourself, hey, Pat, you have not shaved in weeks. What's going on? Well, I'm under quarantine, like many of you. And that got me thinking, hey, why not do an episode about anime to watch while in quarantine? Now, these are not anime about pandemics or anything like that, or diseases or anything like that. There are diseases in one of the shows, but that's not the main thing. But these are shows to watch because you've got time now, and because outside of professional wrestling, there's no new TV. So you need stuff to watch, and especially as of the recording of this episode, Japan is going further stay at home, and they are delaying just about everything. So you need some old stuff to watch. The shows I'm going to be recommending, some of them are long shows. At the end, I'll mention two shows that have a lot of episodes. So you can really sit there and watch so many of them and watch 4 at a clip and have plenty left over. And there are some shows, we'll talk about a majority of the shows, sorry, just nice things to watch. Just feel good anime. You deserve slice of life, and you're getting slice of life. So let's get into it. These are all streaming on Crunchyroll, Funimation, and Hulu. So a little bit for everybody. You probably have one of those, or you can watch, them with a free account on at least 2 of them. So let's get into it. And let's start talking about cells at work. So as I said, we do have one show that is about diseases. It's Osmosis Jones, but an anime. And according to doctors who have YouTube channels for some reason, it's a very accurate representation of the human body. Obviously, it's a story, the human manifestations of the cells in our body, and that kind of thing. But one, it's cute and fun, and 2, things work out. There are 13 episodes, plus an OVA, which Crunchyroll lists as episode 14, but is an OVA, and is fine. And Red Blood Cell is just adorable and great, and White Blood Cell is vicious, but has a heart of gold, and there's all kinds of other characters coming in, and it's they go in deep about diseases and allergies and all kinds of different things that can affect the body, and how the body responds to those things. And it's fun. Also, the platelets are in there, and they're like kindergartners, and it's great. They're rad. It's just a lovely show, and I highly recommend it. As I said, 13 episodes on Crunchyroll, plus the OVA, which is listed as episode 14. So not a long series, but just a great series. And the opening song, very catchy and very fun. Let's talk about another fun show, Laid Back Camp. Laid Back Camp. It's on Crunchyroll, 12 episodes. And there's a sequel series, which is a side series, called Room Camp. And that series is 3-minute episodes, and there are 12 of those. So you got a full-length series, 12 episodes, season 1. Season 2 coming out in the future, who knows when. And then there's Room Camp, which is the mini, little episodes, tells one little story. We can't go outside. So why not watch an anime about camping, where people can go outside? And I've talked about this show before. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It feels genuine and earnest in its slice of life-ness. And there's no wrong way to camp. Solo camping sounds great. Camping with friends sounds great. Everybody camping together on a holiday with your chaperone, great. Your chaperone being a bit of a drunk, not great. There's that part. If there's a part that's not great about that show, it's that part that it's played for laughs. It's not great. But overall, Laid Back Camp fucking rules, and it's a great show. So if you need just like something nice right now, there you go. Speaking of nice, if you want something that's nice and pleasant, one of, if not my favorite shows of all time in the slice of life genre, is Flying Witch. I love Flying Witch so much. I gotta get the manga one of these days. I've never read it. I'm more of an anime fan than a manga fan, and that's just me. This isn't Pat Bear's Manga Club. That's a different. That's a future episode. Literally, I am currently writing down Pat Bear's Manga Club, because that is a future episode. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to do for this one. Pat Bear's Manga Club. Got it. Flying Witch. Sorry. You just watched a behind-the-scenes moment there. Peek behind the curtain, part in the kimono. Let's talk about Flying Witch. A show. The explanation I always give for Flying Witch is a show about a young lady who is training to do magic in a world where there is magic, but people know about it, but not like everybody knows about it. And it's a slice of life. It's a show where in one episode they meet a ghost and various magical animals, and no one freaks out. They ride a giant ancient flying whale that a civilization used to live on, and it's not a big deal, and it's pretty chill. And then they go and have pancakes, and the pancakes are kind of more exciting. That's that show, and I love it so much. It's so chill. It's so lovely. You get this like idyllic town and lovely characters and fun interactions and weird magic stuff happening. And that cat that's in the photo right there is just a cool. And there's a lady who got turned into a dog, and she's got some stuff going on in her life, and that's fun. And the younger cousin that wants to learn about magic, and who knows, so we get to see the world through her eyes as she's learning about the world of magic. And a lot of it's just like, hey, this magic thing's happening. Cool. Have fun. Great. It's great. I love it so much. Flying Witch. The last of the feel-good slice of life is more of a comedy, and it's more of a silly show. Oh, sorry. Flying Witch, 12 episodes on Crunchyroll. Gotta say that. And I mentioned Laid Back Camp is also on Crunchyroll, and Cells at Work also on Crunchyroll. Acchi Kocchi is on Hulu. Place to Place is the name that you'll find on Hulu. If you look up Place to Place, you'll find it there. Acchi Kocchi is its other name. And this show is awesome. It's 12 episodes. There's an A story and a B story. It is a comedy show about some friends in high school, and some of them are outrageous. You can see a character there that has a lab coat, and silly and fun, and it's a romantic comedy show, and those aren't always my jam, but this is 100% my jam. It is a lovely, just cute, fun show. Very silly characters, very good gags. I found myself laughing watching it over again. This is a go-to of mine. Place to Place is just so fun, and there's great callbacks, and this is how much I can say I like the show. You see in the corner there is the boy and the green-haired and the white-haired girl. Those characters get added in about halfway through the show, and I very much dislike that about anime. When anime introduces a bunch of new characters, I don't mind it. I don't like them. I don't need them. They're not the main 5 characters I care about, but I'm okay with it. That's how much I like this show, and how good the show does with their weird new characters that I'm not super into. So, there you go. And that is the 4, just like, 12 to 13 with the OVA. Cells at Work is 14. Laid Back Camp is a whole season, plus as the other ones. The other shows are just 12 episodes. There's that. But if you're like, hey, Pat, I need a long series. I don't care if it's a little slow in the beginning. I don't care if it takes a little while to get going. I need multi-season shows. I need to really sink my teeth into something and have something wash over me, I got 2 shows for you. And the first one is called Yowamushi Pedal. And yes, I am recommending to you a sports anime. It's not even a shonen described hiding pretending to be a sports anime. It's an anime about a bicycle club, like a competitive bicycle club, high school club. And it's fantastic. There's so much heart. The characters are so fun. You're seeing it through the eyes of a young man who didn't know he was good at it. It's that kind of sports anime where it's the character didn't realize that he was oddly built to be a racer and had no interest in it. He wants to start an anime club, but the anime club broke up when he joined the school. And he ends up on this biking team and finding these cool people and finding a thing he's good at and a thing he can be excited about. And there's so much heart and silliness and fun to it. And there are a couple characters that are in the show that are like their rivals, and you're like, oh, I hate that guy. It's that kind of thing. But you're like, but I respect that guy. Ooh, that guy works hard. There's a guy who names his abs. He's a piece of work. There's some stuff. There's a spider looking. He's like a spider. He's just got all weird stuff. It's bizarre. It's a great show. There are 87 episodes of this show. If you go to Crunchyroll, you will see the first 2 seasons are just called Yowamushi Pedal. The 3rd season and 4th season are under the title New Generation. It is a continuation of the first 2. It's 3 of the main characters, and then other characters we've seen becoming like the 2nd generation of the team as the seniors in the high school seniors graduate. There is a movie called Glory Line. There are other movies that are just recaps of the shows, but Glory Line is a full-length movie that is a continuation of the story. It's set, I believe, between the 2 series. So between season 2 and 3, I want to say. I believe. Maybe between 1 and 2. But it's a lot. You get 87 episodes in a movie and some recap movies if you want as well. That's a lot of anime. It's a full-length show. And you get a lot of bang for your buck as you start to really get behind these characters and really start to understand who they are. And you don't know this, but watch this show and you will be singing Hime by like episode 5, I would say. You're just going to be like chopping up vegetables for dinner and you're just going to be singing Hime, Hime, Hime. And it's just like, it's going to happen. I guarantee that. You're getting that song. I got that song stuck in my head, and I'm singing it right now, and I haven't seen the show in a while. Anyway, last anime I want to recommend. Normally, it would be tough for me to recommend a show that is 112 episodes long. That also takes a while to get into. And that's Yu Hakusho, which is one of my favorite anime of all time. And I'm just going to say it right now. It takes a while to get great. It's good. At the time, the early 90s, the idea that your main character dies at the very beginning, now that's the start of every isekai that you watch begrudgingly because you just want to watch new anime. Back before isekai was like going through its modern resurgence, having your main character die at the very beginning and being a ghost was weird. That's why it's called Ghost Detective in a lot of places, or Ghost Files, depending on where you watched it. But Yu Hakusho is the story of a delinquent with a heart of, not gold, but like still an okay guy, but a delinquent who dies because he did a really nice thing, an unselfish act. And it surprised the head of the underworld. And he was like, really didn't expect you to die there. We thought that kid was... Well, you saved the kid. If you want, you can try to become reborn and then work for us. And he does. And he meets a wonderful cast of characters who you will see different variations of, if you watch Hunter x Hunter, which is the same mangaka, uh, but I mean, Leorio and Quabra are very different, but it's still the joke character of the group. Everything else is pretty on point. What if Hiei was only, instead of Hiei being only nice to Kurama, what if Hiei was only nice to Yusuke? And then that's what you get. That's the change there. That's the dynamic you see in Hunter x Hunter. Anyway, Yu Hakusho. It's a wonderful show. It's on Funimation right now. 112 episodes. Um, there was an OVA on a Blu-ray for like the anniversary that had like 2 new stories that were old stories from the manga. I don't believe those were released anywhere in the US. You got to find those fan subs, and I won't tell you where, but you can find them. The OVAs that are on Funimation are like weird recaps about each character. They were bonuses for some sort of DVD launch that got translated, and I don't know, whatever. It's a long show, and as I said, it takes a while before he starts fighting demons when he's just like trying to get his body back. But once he gets his body back, oh, things pop off. The first fighting tournament is, maybe it's a shonen. There's a fighting There's several fighting tournaments. The first one is great. The filler is good. The filler is excellent, surprisingly. Um, and it's a long series, and it's so fun to watch these characters grow and change, and new fun characters come in, and it's just a good time. I recommend it. If you want something to really sink your teeth into. It's a long show. I think the animation, doesn't necessarily feel beautiful and new. We'll never see it as a remake, but I would love it. It's high on my list. I would love to see a modern Yu Hakusho, because I think it's just like a brilliant series. Anyway, that's Pet Bear's Anime Club. Down in the comments below, let me know, what have you been watching? What have you been going through? And really, what's your stay-at-home show? Would you go back to something old, or did you finally say, I have the time? I'm getting caught up on One Piece, or I guess I'm going to check out Boruto, or I never saw how Naruto ended. He's Boruto's dad. Or maybe you're going to watch every episode of Hana Yoridango, and you're going for it. You're going for the soap opera. You're going to go for that style. Or you're going to find a bunch of bootlegs of Ranma 1/2 and watch the Chinese dub with subtitled, which is how some people I know watched it, because it was the only thing they could get. They got fan subs of the Chinese dub. Whatever you're doing, let me know in the comments below. Are you checking out new stuff? Are you going back to some old favorites? Are you rediscovering some stuff? Finishing some things off? Just hitting random on Crunchyroll or Funimation and seeing what you get? Let me know. And if you have an idea, will the next episode be Pat Bear's Manga Club? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe something else. That's up to me. But if you have an idea for a video you'd like to see, let me know, and maybe we can talk about it. I'm Pat Baer. This has been Pat Bear's Anime Club, and hey, hang in there.